We sat near the open window, mostly because it was empty. The table still held a circle from somebody else's coffee. The morning air drifted inside, carrying distant traffic, a bicycle bell and the smell of bread from somewhere down the block. The barista was adjusting cups, one shelf at a time, as though there was no reason to hurry. A notebook rested on the next table, covered in crossed out sentences. Someone had clearly spent more time deleting ideas than writing them. Near the counter, a man in a blue shirt waited for his drink, reading the same text message 3 times before putting his phone away. Outside, a delivery truck stopped briefly. The driver disappeared, returned carrying flowers, then disappeared again. The sunlight moved slowly across the wooden floor, reaching different tables, different conversations, different mornings. A woman near the entrance was sketching buildings without ever looking down for very long, like she already knew where every line belonged. 2 students shared headphones, listening to something neither of them seemed willing to admit they liked. The coffee beside us grew colder by degrees, not because we forgot it, because the room kept offering small things to notice. The open window never stopped moving. The curtain shifted, the air changed, new sounds arrived, old sounds left. By 11 o'clock, every table was occupied. Laptop screens, paper cups, half-finished plans, and people who had intended to stay 20 minutes remaining much longer. The notebook on the next table was gone. The flowers were gone. The students had left. The sketchbook was closed, but the open window remained, still collecting pieces of the city and sending them quietly through the room. The weekend was already showing up, even though it was only Friday morning. You could feel it in small ways. The train seemed quieter, people smiled a little easier, the coffee line moved slower. Nobody seemed to mind. The weekend was already showing up before the calendar officially said so. The sky looked brighter, the air felt lighter, and the city seemed willing to take a deep breath for once. I stopped by the bakery on my way to work. The shelves were still full, the smell alone almost convinced me to stay there all day. Someone held the door open for a stranger, someone else laughed loudly without apologizing for it. The weekend was already showing up. You could see it everywhere, in rolled up sleeves and slower footsteps, in conversations that lasted longer at a traffic light. A musician tuned a guitar outside a small cafe, not performing yet, just sitting there, enjoying the morning, and somehow that felt important. The office wasn't different, the emails were still there, the meeting still happened, the deadline still existed, but none of them felt quite as heavy as they did yesterday. Maybe because everybody knew Saturday was getting closer. The weekend was already showing up like sunlight under a door, not fully here, but impossible to ignore. A friend texted, no plans, just coffee tomorrow. And suddenly, the whole day improved. Isn't it strange how one simple message can do that? The afternoon drifted by faster than expected. The city turned golden, store signs lit up, people headed home. The musician finally started playing as I passed again. The same corner, the same guitar, a different feeling. The weekend was already showing up. And maybe that's why everything seemed easier. Maybe happiness isn't always an event. Maybe sometimes it's just anticipation. A promise sitting quietly at the edge of the day, waiting its turn. The weekend was already showing up, and honestly, so was I. We took the long way home for breakfast, not because we were lost, because the weather seemed worth a few extra blocks. The bakery line stretched outside further than expected. People holding paper bags like tickets to something important. The grocery store owner was arranging fruit one crate at a time, stopping occasionally to greet people passing by. The traffic light changed, nobody rushed. A cyclist waited patiently, even though the road was clear. An apartment window stood open, music drifting into the street, too quiet to identify, but loud enough to notice. We took the long way home for breakfast, past the florist, past the bookstore, past the corner cafe, already running out of tables. A child balanced carefully on the edge of a curb while carrying a chocolate milk, like it required complete concentration. Sunlight reflected from office windows, landing briefly on parked cars before moving on. A delivery driver checked 3 addresses before finding the right one. The bakery smell followed us for almost 2 blocks, then vanished completely, replaced by coffee and warm pavement by the time we arrived home. The paper bag was lighter, the streets were busier, and the city looked different than it had an hour before, as if it had quietly changed shifts while nobody was paying attention. We left the restaurant at 9. Neither of us called a car. You said you didn't mind the walking. I said neither did I. Took the long block for no reason, the one that goes around the park. You slowed down at the bench we passed without really stopping. Half a block behind the plan. That's where I like to be, watching you walk a little ahead. You move like you're not worried about anything. Street lights doing what they do, making everything a little warmer. Your jacket is the dark blue one I've started to just think of as yours. We crossed an intersection laughing at something neither of us remembers. The moment before we stopped at a light, I thought about reaching, didn't. Stayed a step behind the reaching, stayed exactly where I was. Some things are sweeter for the almost, some things keep better left at almost. For a while the light changed and we crossed together, back to the same speed, the same distance. You didn't notice the pause, or you noticed and let it pass. You asked me what I was thinking about. I said the season changing soon. You agreed and pointed at a tree like it was evidence. We walked another 15 minutes talking about the temperature, nothing major. And I kept thinking, this is the thing, this ordinary walk. The city at this hour has a different sound, softer at the edges, more specific. A restaurant letting its last table out, a bus going somewhere with nobody watching. You took a turn I didn't expect, said it comes out at the same place. I followed without asking twice, trusted the navigation. The side street was narrower and darker, our voices sounded closer. Here you pointed out a lit window above a shop, said someone was up late. I thought about asking what they were doing, decided the wondering was enough. We came out where you said we would, the main street, the familiar lights. Somewhere after the halfway point we stopped talking about the practical, just walking, just the sound of it. Two pairs of shoes on the same pavement. A dog came out of nowhere. You reached down without stopping. It moved on, we moved on, but you were smiling about it still 2 blocks later. That the thing I was keeping, not the destination, just the way you smiled at a dog on a side street at 10:30 at night. You stopped outside your building, keys already in your hand. The city doing its late thing around us, neither of us in a hurry. Said goodnight the regular way, turned twice while walking away. The second time I was already far enough that you probably couldn't see, but I looked back anyway, at the door, at the light above it, at the jacket disappearing through the frame. Then I put my headphones in and walked home slow. The bakery opened 5 minutes early. I only noticed because the man with the newspaper looked surprised. He stopped halfway across the street, checked his watch, then looked up again, as if the building itself had broken some kind of agreement. Inside, metal trays moved from shelf to shelf. The smell of bread escaped first, before the doors were fully open. A cyclist rolled slowly past, one hand on the handlebars, the other holding an iced coffee, already sweating in the morning heat. The traffic light changed, but but nobody hurried. The city wasn't fully awake yet. It was still deciding how fast it wanted to move. A woman carrying flowers waited beside the bus stop. The paper wrapping was folded carefully at the top. Like whoever sold them had taken extra time. The bus arrived almost empty. 3 passengers stepped off. One stretched both arms overhead. Another stood still for a moment, trying to remember which direction to walk. The flower shop next door was opening its shutters. One section at a time, the sound echoed down the block, mixing with distant conversations and the clink of coffee cups. By 8:15, the bakery line reached the sidewalk. Someone ordered 6 croissants. Someone else left with only a bottle of water. A little dog tied near the entrance watched every customer leave. A certain one of them must belong to him across the street. A bookstore owner was watering plants, lining them up outside like they were regular customers returning for another morning. The first train passed overhead, its reflection sliding briefly across second-floor windows, then disappearing. A student carrying a backpack stopped outside the bookstore, read 3 pages standing up, then put the book back and walked away smiling. The cafe near the corner had started filling up. Laptop screens, half-finished notebooks, people pretending to work while staring out the window. The barista recognized someone, immediately started making their drink before they even reached the counter outside. A delivery driver parked badly, then fixed it again. Still unhappy with the angle, an old man unfolded a newspaper page by page, like he had all day to get through it. The flowers from earlier were gone now, so was the woman carrying them. Only a few yellow petals remained near the bus stop bench. The sunlight had crossed the street and reached the bookstore windows, making every cover shine differently. A bicycle bell rang somewhere nearby, followed by another, then another. People moving toward parks, toward offices, toward nowhere important. The river path was already busy. Joggers, dog walkers, someone carrying breakfast in a paper bag, trying not to drop it. The water reflected everything, clouds, buildings, traffic lights, pieces of the morning that wouldn't stay still long enough to remember clearly. Near the bridge, a musician opened a small case, not to perform, just to tune a guitar. A few notes drifted across the path and disappeared into traffic noise. The bakery was still busy, the bookstore was still quiet. The coffee shop had run out of empty tables, and somewhere the newspaper man was probably reading. The flowers had probably arrived, the cyclist had already gone somewhere else. The city had finally made up its mind about what kind of day it wanted to be, and without noticing, most of us had gone along with it. The bus arrived a little late this morning, not enough to matter, just enough for everyone at the stop to check the time twice. A man holding a paper cup stood near the curb, steam drifting upward. A student adjusted their backpack, somebody yawned. The city was waking up, one small movement at a time. I found a seat by the window, my favorite one. 3 rows from the back, the glass still cool from the night before the bus pulled away. And suddenly the day felt like it had started. The bakery on the corner already had customers. The florist was arranging buckets outside. A dog watched everything from beneath the table. The same dog I think I've seen before. Morning bus window showing me the city before it remembers to rush. Morning bus window turning ordinary moments into something worth keeping. A woman ran across the crosswalk laughing at something on her phone. A delivery driver waved to someone through an open door. The owner of a small cafe placed a handwritten sign outside. Today's special, nothing extraordinary, but somehow everything felt good. A little sunlight reached the aisle. People shifted in their seats. The city slowly grew louder, but from here behind the glass, it all looks softer. Morning bus window showing me the city before it remembers to rush. Morning bus window turning ordinary moments into something worth keeping. I used to think good days had to be big, something exciting, something memorable, something worth posting about. Now I'm not so sure. Maybe good days begin like this. A quiet ride, a warm coffee, a patch of sunlight, a familiar street. The bus turned toward downtown. More passengers climbed aboard. Conversation started, phones lit up, schedules returned. But for a few minutes, everything felt wonderfully simple. Morning bus window showing me the city before it remembers to rush. Morning bus window making me feel like today might be alright. The next stop was mine. I stood, grabbed my bag and stepped into the morning, feeling a little lighter than I did before. The newspaper was still on the table, folded open to the middle, beside a coffee stain that had already started drying. Most customers had left. The busiest hour was over. Only a few remained, taking their time. A barista carried cups from table to table, stacking them carefully without interrupting conversations. The newspaper was still on the table, though its owner was long gone. Maybe forgotten, maybe finished, maybe replaced by somewhere else. The morning needed them to be near the window. A student reread the same page several times with without turning it outside. The bicycle leaned against a tree, exactly where it had been for the last hour. Sunlight crossed the room slowly, reaching one chair, then another, like a schedule nobody announced. The coffee grinder stayed silent for almost 10 minutes, a rare event, noticed only because it finally started again. A couple discussed weekend plans, changing them repeatedly every few minutes, neither sounding convinced. The newspaper was still on the table. The coffee stain was still drying. The chairs remained half occupied, and the morning seemed unwilling to leave completely. Even as lunchtime approached, eventually the barista folded the paper, placed it near the counter, wiped the table clean, and carried on, as though every cafe morning ended this way, leaving behind small evidence that people had been there before, quietly moving on. Somebody watered the flowers early. The sidewalk was still wet, small drops resting on the edges of leaves, catching sunlight before most people noticed. An apartment window on the 3rd floor was open. A radio drifted outside. The song wasn't clear enough to recognize. Only the rhythm remained. A woman carrying groceries stopped near the corner to move a fallen bicycle back against a fence, then continued walking like it happened every day. The bakery was unloading bread. The driver stacked trays carefully, one by one, while a dog watched. Certain food was involved somehow. Birds argued loudly across telephone wires over things nobody else understood. The street stayed quiet, cars passed occasionally, but most people were walking. Coffee cups, backpacks, umbrellas they probably wouldn't need. Someone watered the flowers early, long before the heat arrived, long before offices opened, long before the city remembered how busy it wanted to be. A child on a scooter crossed the intersection twice, not because he needed to, because the road looked fun. The florist placed new buckets outside, yellow flowers, white flowers, flowers nobody stopped to name. The sidewalk had dried, the birds were gone, the bakery line was longer, and the flowers looked completely ordinary again, as if the morning had quietly erased the evidence of whoever woke up first to take care of them. The cafe across the street open late. Nobody seemed worried, but everybody noticed the outdoor table sat empty under bright morning sunlight, waiting for customers who were already arriving. A delivery van stopped nearby. The driver checked a clipboard twice, then disappeared inside a building across the road. Someone was reading on a bus stop bench, turning pages slowly, as if there was nowhere else to be. A cyclist circled the block 3 different times, looking for a place to lock up before finally choosing the same pole everyone uses. The cafe across the street open late. 5 minutes, maybe 10, not enough to matter, yet enough to become the most interesting thing on the block. People checked watches, people checked phones, people pretended not to notice. The sunlight reached the windows first, then the door, then the empty tables. A woman carrying flowers stood nearby long enough to finish her coffee before the cafe even opened. A barista arrived running, keys already in hand, apologizing to nobody and everybody at the same time. The lights turned on, chairs moved, coffee grinders started. The familiar sounds returned like a theater curtain rising. At the beginning of a show, within 20 minutes, every table was occupied. Laptops appeared, notebooks appeared, half-finished conversations returned. The empty morning vanished without leaving much behind except the memory of a cafe that opened late and somehow gave the neighborhood something small to talk about for the rest of the day. Kitchen floor is warm where the sun patch lies. I can hear the slow kettle start to rise. The curtains are shifting in a delicate dance, giving the shadows a temporary chance to stretch out their arms before they disappear, leaving nothing but a quiet clarity here. A spoonful of sugar dissolving in the cup, even care if the news is looking up. The world can wait outside the wooden gate. For once in my life, I am not running late. The sparrows are gathering on the balcony rail, telling a story that is ancient and pale. So we just sway with the breeze from the open blind, leaving the weight of the calendar behind. It's a nylon-string morning, a slow motion stride, with nothing to prove and nowhere to hide. Just a casual rhythm, a soft-spoken tune that'll carry us through to the afternoon. I can see the green leaves turn into the light after spending the hours shivering in the night. Nature doesn't hurry, it just takes its place with a quiet kind of dignity and unbothered grace. My book is still open to the very same page, but my mind has stepped off the frantic stage. So we just sway with the breeze from the open blind, leaving the weight of the calendar behind. It's a nylon-string morning, a slow motion stride, with nothing to prove and nowhere to hide. Just a casual rhythm, a soft-spoken tune that'll carry us through to the afternoon. And we breathe it in, the scent of the rain that washed the gravel in the window pane. Every little crease is starting to smooth in this beautiful room where the melodies move. Let it linger, let it stay, the simple architecture of a perfect day. So we just sway with the breeze from the open blind, leaving the weight of the calendar behind. It's a nylon-string morning, a slow motion stride, with nothing to prove and nowhere to hide. Carry us through to the afternoon. Soft-spoken tune, sway away. The bus was already half full by the time it reached the bridge. Someone carrying iced coffee stood near the back door, trying not to spill it. Every bump in the road looked personal. A student near the window was listening to something loud enough that a faint rhythm escaped every time the bus turned. The river caught the morning sunlight and sent it everywhere. Across the ceiling, across the seats, across the tired faces still waking up. A woman folded a receipt into a bookmark, then continued reading as if the ride was the best part of her morning. 3 office workers got on together, then immediately stopped talking. The silence felt familiar, like they'd already said everything on the walk to the stop. The driver hummed something quietly, not a song, just a few notes that appeared and disappeared between traffic lights near the bridge. A cyclist passed below, moving faster than the traffic, faster than the bus, faster before 9 o'clock. The student by the window closed his eyes for a moment, then another, the next stop arrived. The doors opened, people stepped off, people stepped on, and he stayed exactly where he was. 2 stops later, he woke up suddenly, looked outside, looked again, then laughed at himself. The woman with the receipt smiled without saying anything. The driver checked the mirror and opened the doors anyway. The student stepped onto the sidewalk, still smiling, still holding the same backpack, watching the bus leave before turning around and walking back the way he'd come. The river was brighter now, the bridge was crowded, the coffee was probably warm, the office workers were gone, and the city had fully arrived at whatever kind of day it had planned all along. The bookstore smelled like summer, not because of anything new. The same wooden shelves were standing where they always stood. The same bell above the door rang with the same small sound every customer heard, and almost nobody noticed. The owner arrived carrying 2 plants, one tucked beneath each arm. He set them outside the entrance and spent a minute turning them toward the sunlight, as if they had preferences. The front windows were already open, a light breeze moved through the room, turning a few loose pages somewhere near the travel section. A woman carrying an iced coffee walked slowly along the back shelves, reading titles sideways without taking a single book down. She seemed to be looking for something familiar rather than something new. Near the front table, a paperback had been left behind face down, a receipt used as a bookmark still sticking out from the middle. Nobody touched it. The owner simply moved it a little farther from the edge and continued arranging displays outside. A delivery truck stopped briefly, then left, leaving behind 2 boxes and the smell of warm pavement. The sun was climbing higher now, lighting the upper shelves first. Rows of blue covers, then yellow ones, then the faded spines that had been there for years. A student walked in carrying headphones, looked around twice, picked up a book about architecture, read 4 pages standing still, then returned it carefully, exactly where it came from. The cafe next door was busy already. Every time the door opened, the smell of coffee drifted inside, mixed with paper, wood, dust, and whatever summer smells like when it finds an old building. Near the window, a retired teacher came in. As she did most mornings, she greeted nobody in particular, yet somehow everyone nodded back. She carried a notebook filled with handwriting and spent nearly an hour adding 1 sentence, crossing it out, then writing another outside. A cyclist stopped to tie a shoelace, a dog refused to continue walking, a delivery driver checked the wrong address twice. The city was awake now, but not fully committed, still moving at morning lightning speed, still allowing small mistakes. The owner unpacked a box of new arrivals, lined them up one by one, straightened every corner, adjusted every stack, then stepped back to look at them from a distance, like a gardener checking flowers. A young couple wandered through, sharing one coffee, pointing at covers, judging books by titles, then titles by covers, and occasionally laughing at both by late morning. The sunlight had crossed the room and reached the reading chairs. The abandoned paperback was still waiting. The iced coffee woman had left, the student was long gone. The retired teacher had filled half a page, and somewhere outside, the sound of bicycle bells floated briefly through the open window and disappeared. The bookstore smelled like summer, not because of the weather or the sunlight or the warm air moving through the room, but because for a few hours nothing seemed interested in rushing anywhere. Not the customers, not the owner, not the pages turning slowly, not even the day itself. And somehow that was enough reason for people to stay longer than they planned.
Same mug, the wide one, same window, same chair. The morning doesn't need instructions, it just starts. Phone on the table face down, not avoiding anything, just giving the morning a few minutes before the screen. The heater clicks on somewhere in the wall, that old sound, that reliable sound. The apartment doing what it does while I do what I do. The coffee ritual takes 8 minutes. I've stopped counting, but I know there's a particular order to it that doesn't need thinking anymore. Grind, water, wait, the smell before the taste. The first sip that's always too hot that I take anyway. Every time outside the window the sky was doing something with pink. Not dramatic, just a gesture, the way mornings sometimes do. I've sat in this chair 1,000 mornings, give or take, not counting. The chair has learned my shape a little, or maybe I've learned the chairs. The table has rings from old cups, a map of mornings I added to days without meaning to. Press the warm mug to the wood. There was a specific quality to the quiet, the kind that only lives between the birds outside, starting up in the street, deciding to wake. I stayed inside that quiet as long as it held. Read half a page of something, then watched the window instead. The light moved an inch, the way it does every 7 minutes. I watched it do this enough times to know the approximate speed of morning. Nothing happened in the way that things don't happen on ordinary mornings in ordinary kitchens where nothing is supposed to happen. But the light did that thing with the cup, and the heater clicked off at the right moment, and the street outside went from quiet to almost quiet. And I sat inside all of it. Got up for the second cup, stood at the counter while it poured. Looked at the refrigerator magnets, one of them slightly crooked. I straighten it every few days. It moves back on its own, or I move it. Hard to say which. This morning I left it crooked. Went back to the chair, the window had more light now. The pink was gone, just white, gray, clean and without any claims. The morning holds for about an hour before it turns into something with a shape. Before the phone has things in it, before the day has a direction. I try to use the hour well, which mostly means I sit in it. Let the mug get warm in my hands and not ask the morning for anything. The window had a smudge on the outside from rain probably last week. I look through it at the building across. Everything slightly softened. Put the mug in the sink, still half full, that's fine. The morning had done its thing, and I had been inside it, which was enough. Which was enough.
7:12 in the apartment, is doing that quiet thing it does before the day presses in and fills every corner with something. I sat on the kitchen floor for a minute. I don't know why the floor just needed to be low and close to something solid. The bag was by the door already, packed last night like a good idea. This morning it just sat there, waiting with more patience than me. Made the tea instead of coffee, slow decision, no real reason. Watch the colors spread through the water, the way it always takes its time. The window was cracked from last night, still letting in a thread of cold. I left it how it was, like no one the outside was there. Wrote nothing in the notebook, opened it, held the pen. Put the cap back on, some mornings on for writing, just for holding the pen. This is the part before it all begins, before the phone fills up with something, before the morning becomes the day, before the day becomes the list. Just the tea, just the thread of cold from the window, just the bag by the door, waiting. Got dressed in the order I always do. The habit of it is a kind of quiet, nothing to decide, just the sequence. Shoes last, keys after. Checked the time more than I needed to. Still had 12 minutes, used 4 of them standing by the sink, looking at nothing in particular. The mirror had a smudge on it, I wiped it with my sleeve. Thought about what I was doing today, then decided to stop thinking about it. Sat back down with the last of the tea, the cold kind now still good. Outside was starting to sound like outside, the low engine rumble of the city waking. A door in the hallway, someone else leaving, their footsteps going down the stairs. Then the building going quiet again. This is the part I keep, the 12 minutes, the cold tea, the bag by the door with its patience, the world not started yet. Stood up, put the cup in the sink, did not wash it, that's for later. Put on the coat in the hallway, the zipper stuck at the bottom like it always does. Fixed it, stepped out, pulled the door behind me. The click of it is always the same every morning, the same small sound, and then the stairs, and then the street, and then whatever the day was, already beginning without asking.
The light came in at 6:45, the way it does in late spring. The slow and specific, landing on the corner of the wall. I didn't move for a while, just watched it travel the way it does when you have nowhere to be, the way it does when the day hasn't started asking. Made eggs the slow way, the way that takes longer than it should. Move the pan around a little, listen to it do its thing. The radio was on something, I wasn't really tracking it, just the texture of a voice filling the kitchen like warm air. There's a specific kind of morning that doesn't announce itself, it just arrives and you're in it. Before you notice, you're not asleep anymore. The coffee dripped while I stood near the window, watching a neighbor's cat on the ledge below. It sat in the same light I was in, neither of us in a hurry. The plant on the sill needed water, I gave it some, talked to it briefly, said something about the weather, nothing important. Put the eggs on the white plate, the one with the small chip on the edge. Sat down at the table that faces the street, everything exactly where it always is. We filled the cup before it got cold this time, took it to the chair by the window, the one that gets the morning sun from 9 until the building across cuts it off. Opened something, didn't read it, just held it on my lap. Let the sun do its slow work on my shoulder. On the page, a person walked past with a coffee, going somewhere with a purpose. I watched until the corner took them, went back to the light on the page. The morning kept moving without me, which was fine, that was the idea. Some days are for arriving on time, some days are for the eggs and the light. Thought about a few things, nothing with any weight, the kind of thinking that floats like dust in a beam of sun. Eventually the light shifted the way it always does, moved off the wall up toward the ceiling, a sign that the morning was passing. I stayed at the table anyway, refilled one more time, not because I wanted coffee, just because it gave me a reason. The day would start when the day started, there was nothing to rush toward. The light came back briefly, through a gap in the building across. I caught it while it lasted, put my hand in it on the table, watched my own fingers in the gold. Then the cloud came and I got up.
The alarm went off, then went off again. I turned it to the wall and watched the ceiling instead. The room was that color it only gets before 8, somewhere between gray and gold, depending on the cloud. Kettle on the counter doing its slow climb. I stood beside it in my socks, not really thinking anything. The window had condensation, I drew a line through it, nothing in particular. particular. Just needed something to do with my finger. The street below was mostly quiet. One delivery, one dog, someone's shoes on wet pavement, then nothing again. Made the coffee too strong, like I always do on Tuesdays. Stood at the counter and drank half before I remembered to sit down. The chair has a specific creak I've been meaning to fix since March. This morning it sounded alright, like something familiar that stayed. The curtains let in one stripe of sun right across the table edge. I put my cup inside it, watch the steam go sideways. There's a list on the refrigerator I haven't looked at since last week. This morning wasn't for the list. This morning was for the steam. The second cup went slower. I sat with both hands wrapped around it. Outside the light kept changing, clouds doing their quiet rotation. A bird landed on the sill, looked in, decided nothing, flew back to wherever it came from. I watched the spot it left, got dressed without deciding, the way the body just continues. Put on the shoes by the door, the ones that don't need lacing twice. Stood in the hallway for a moment, coat already on, nothing left to do but go. So I stood there one more minute. The morning had already started. Without asking if I was ready, I finished the last of the coffee. Cold now, still fine. Stepped outside and the air was colder than the room suggested. Pulled the collar up a little, started walking before I thought about it. The street looked like it always does, but there was something about the light, the kind that only happens in the first half hour after sunrise. Kept walking, kept not thinking, just the coat, just the pavement, just the morning doing its thing, and me inside it moving.
The kettle whispers as the water starts to heat. The quietest apartment on a sleepy street. I grind the beans and let the dark aroma rise. A simple ritual that opens up my eyes. The steam is dancing in the morning, sunbeams glare, floating like a cloud into the chilly winter air. Before the calendar begins to make demands, I hold the warm ceramic tightly in my hands. With the first sip of coffee, the morning comes alive. A gentle little medicine to help the spirit thrive. No need to hurry through the pages of the book, just giving gratitude for every breath I took. Let the acoustic strings wash over all the noise, finding the morning joy. The The world outside is moving at a waking pace, but inside here, time is a slow and steady race. I watch the black liquid turning amber with the cream, like watching reality blending with the dream. The radio is playing something old and sweet and low, reminding me to take the daily journey slow. The worries of the office and the burdens of the modern town can wait a little longer while I sit down. With the first sip of coffee, the morning comes alive, a gentle little medicine to help the spirit thrive. No need to hurry through the pages of the book, just giving gratitude for every breath I took. Let the acoustic strains wash over all the noise, finding the morning joy. There's a beauty in the ordinary things we do. The morning light that turns the kitchen table new. We chase the big ambition till our hearts are sore, when everything we needed was behind this kitchen door. The cup is half empty now, the clock is ticking on. The heavy fog of sleepiness is completely gone. I feel the energy returning to my weary veins, ready to handle whatever the day contains. With the first sip of coffee, the morning comes alive, a gentle little medicine to help the spirit thrive. No need to hurry through the pages of the book, just giving gratitude for every breath I took. Let the acoustic strings wash over all the noise, finding the morning joy. Setting down the mug, stretching out the spine. The sun is getting bright, everything is fine. Before the city gets loud, before the trains fill up, before the phones begin ringing and the schedules take over, there's a quiet kind of freedom in these few forgotten minutes, when the day belongs to nobody yet. The kettle sings in the kitchen, the sky slowly changes color, a bird lands on the railing like it owns the whole world. Before the city gets loud, I wanna stay here a while, watching sunlight move across the wooden floor. Before the city gets loud, I wanna breathe it all in, like I've never seen this morning before. A taxi turns the corner, a cyclist rides downhill, a newspaper lands on a doorstep somewhere down the block. Nothing extraordinary, nothing worth reporting, and somehow that's exactly what makes it beautiful. Before the city gets loud, I wanna stay here a while, watching sunlight move across the that's enough before the city gets loud. I'll keep this moment close. The smell of coffee, the pale blue sky, the sunlight on the road before the city gets loud. I remember how it felt to begin another day without rushing anywhere.
Somebody opened the cafe early. The chairs were still upside down. The smell of coffee reached the sidewalk before the sign was turned around. A delivery driver drank espresso standing beside the counter. The barista waved at regulars before they even ordered. The same newspaper, the same corner seat, the same morning ritual repeating every week. Good morning, city. Good morning, sky. Good morning, strangers passing by. We don't know each other, but we're all beginning again under the same sunlight. A woman typed on a laptop near the front window. A guy with running shoes stopped for a takeaway cup. Someone laughed too loudly at something on their screen, and suddenly the whole cafe felt more alive. Good morning, city. Good morning, sky. Good morning, strangers passing by. We don't know each other, but we're all beginning again under the same sunlight. Every day starts somewhere. Maybe it starts right here with warm coffee, open doors, and familiar faces. Good morning, city. Good morning, sky. The clouds are drifting by. We don't know where today will go, but somehow that's alright.
The first bus arrived at 8:03, a little late but nobody cared. The driver nodded like he knew we were all still waking up. The student carrying too many books found a seat beside the window. Someone held a paper cup like it was keeping them alive. The traffic lights changed from red to green. The bakery line was getting longer. A man in a suit checked his watch. 3 times in half a minute, the city wasn't moving fast. It was stretching like a sleepy cat, taking its time, becoming itself again. The morning never hurries, it only looks that way if you stop and watch for a minute. Open window, morning air, nothing special anywhere. Still it feels like something new. Coffee stains, newspaper folds, stories nobody ever told, floating through the avenue. And maybe that's enough for today. A little girl pointed at the clouds. the street, walking slower than everyone else. A cyclist nearly missed the light and laughed instead of getting angry. The woman next to me was smiling, had a message on her phone. Some mornings ask for attention, others quietly earn it. This one felt like the second kind, the kind you remember later. Open window, morning air, nothing special anywhere. Still it feels like something new. Coffee stains, newspaper folds, stories nobody ever told, floating through the avenue. And maybe that's enough for today. No fireworks, no headlines, no dramatic change of plans. Just another ordinary morning, doing what it does best. Open window, morning air, sunlight dancing everywhere, turning gray into gold. Every face, every sound, little moments all around, more precious than we know. The coffee was ready before me today, steam drawing pictures on the kitchen glass. The clock on the wall said 8:02, but somehow the room was moving slow. I left yesterday's notebook open, half a sentence waiting for an ending. A grocery receipt under my keys, a little reminder life keeps happening. The bakery down the street lit up, a delivery truck backed into the alley. Someone unlocked a bicycle chain, and the city started clearing its throat. The weather had promised blue skies, for once it actually got it right. I watched the sunlight reach the floor, one wooden plank at a time. Nothing amazing happened, nothing had to. The morning was enough, just being here with you. The coffee was ready before me, the day was already awake. The world kept turning quietly before I made a single mistake. And somehow that felt comforting, like I didn't have to rush. The sun was doing all the work and asking nothing from us. The woman upstairs watered flowers like she always does on weekdays. The guy across the hall forgot his umbrella again. A bus rolled by half empty, people staring out the windows, thinking about meetings, think about weekends, thinking about somebody. The smell of fresh bread drifted over from the corner cafe, and for a second I remembered how good ordinary days can be. Nothing amazing happened, nothing had to. The morning was enough, just being here with you. The coffee was ready before me, the day was already awake. The world kept turning quietly before I made a single mistake. And somehow that felt comforting, like I didn't have to rush. The sun was doing all the work and asking nothing from us. Maybe that's the secret nobody talks about. Not every morning needs a miracle. Sometimes a warm cup, a little sunlight, and enough time to breathe is already beautiful. The coffee was ready before me, the sky was opening wide, and every small ordinary thing was standing
was waiting just beyond the street.
A hidden corner where the amber lamplight falls. Old vintage jazz posters hanging on the wooden walls. The clock strikes midnight, but nobody looks around. We're all just seeking shelter in this quiet sound. The barista moves with a slow and practiced grace, brewing a little magic in this cozy space. A couple whispers in the shadow of the door, while mellow chords are spilling out across the floor. Welcome to the Midnight Cafe, my weary friend, where all the heavy struggles of the day can end. Take a deep breath and let the heavy burdens go, while the acoustic guitar melodies begin to flow. A safe haven from the world outside the pain, shielded from the cold and the winter rain. The steam is rising from an herbal cup of tea, creating patterns only lonely eyes can see. We are all strangers sharing the same quiet room, finding a comfort in the midnight's gentle gloom. No need to rush your thoughts, no need to say a word. The prettiest music is the one that's barely heard. Just let the low and bass line stabilize your heart. A perfect place to let a brand new cycle start. Welcome to the Midnight Cafe, my weary friend, where all the heavy struggles of the day can end. Take a deep breath and let the heavy burdens go, while the acoustic guitar melodies begin to flow. A safe haven from the world outside the pain, shielded from the cold and the winter rain. Outside is moving way too fast these days, lost in a web of frantic and competitive ways. But here the ticking clock behaves a different way, giving us permission to forget the working day. The lights go lower as the night begins to peak, providing all the quiet answers that we seek. Another sip before the doors are locked for good, savoring the moments like I always knew I should. Welcome to the Midnight Cafe, my weary friend, where all the heavy struggles of the day can end. Take a deep breath and let the heavy burdens go, while the acoustic guitar melodies begin to flow. A safe haven from the world outside the pain, shielded from the cold and the winter rain. Last call for the Dreamers Cafe, closing slow. Pack your bags quietly, time for us to go. Train's not due for 40 minutes. I got here at 20 past. Something made me leave the house too early. Happens every time. Bench is cold but not unbothered. Coffee from the cart by the entrance. The paper sleeve has a dumb logo. I keep it anyway. There's a playlist I keep adding to, songs that belong to specific hours. This is one of them, waiting hour, the good kind, if you know the kind. Pigeon walks the same 12 inches, back and forth beside the grate. I think about waving hello to it. Don't. The platform has its own light, different from outside, more even, like a room that's been kept the same for a long time without deciding to. There's a playlist I keep adding to, songs that belong to specific hours. This is one of them, waiting hour, the good kind, if you know the kind. Thought about what I'd say first, which version of Arrival works best, casual or actual. Probably go with casual. Rehearsed it twice, abandoned it. These things don't follow the script anyway. The best moments tend to skip the opening and land somewhere in the middle. 14 minutes on the clock, which means 7 until the real countdown. Which means I should stop counting. Which means I keep counting. The light here is institutional, but at this angle, this time of day, it does something different to the concrete. Makes it seem like somewhere worth being. A woman 2 benches over is reading a physical book. I haven't seen that in a while. Feel something about it that I can't name. The announcement came for a different train. The crowd shifted and resettled. I moved my bag unnecessary. Just needed something to do with my hands. Drank the rest of the coffee too fast. Burned the back of my throat a little. Held the empty cup a while longer. Bad habit, better than checking the time. Wrote the beginning of a message. Didn't send it, didn't need to. Some things are better left for in person. Some things should wait for the face to land on. Heard it before I saw it. That low approach, the rails. Not your train, different platform. Just the general shape of arrival. Fixed my jacket anyway, habit or rehearsal, not sure. Took a breath, the kind you don't plan, the kind that's just the body getting ready. Stood up before I needed to, walk to the yellow line and stop. There's a version of me that's very calm about this. That version was not present today. There you are, that particular walk. I'd know it 2 platforms over. You see me, see you. And that's already the good part. Wave that's not quite a wave. Smile that happens before you mean it. 7 seconds from there to here, and I was 20 minutes early just for this. You said, sorry, was I waiting long? I said, no, just got here. Looked back at the bench where I'd been sitting for 38 minutes. And a cold coffee. We walked out into whatever the day was. You were already talking about something. I was still back at the 7 seconds, carrying that quietly the whole afternoon.
You always took the window seat before I even asked. The light came in at 4 o'clock and landed on your glass. I'd watch you watch the street outside, like reading something good. Some private little story there that only you understood. We talked about the usual things, the coffee, the week, the rain. But underneath the usual things, something else came. Your hand stayed near the saucer, not quite reaching mine, just close enough to feel the warmth from either side. That afternoon stretched longer than the rest, or maybe I just kept it slow on purpose. The song they played, I didn't know the name, but it fit the way the sun moved through the glass. I noticed how you held your cup with both hands wrapped around the sides. I noticed and then looked away, then looked back anyway. You said you liked that corner table, something about the angle of the sky. I said I didn't mind wherever, I just came for the coffee. Right, we both laughed at the same time, left a pause that lasted a little long. Then you looked back at the window, and I looked at you instead. The sugar at the bottom of your cup, the book you brought but didn't open, the way you tapped the table when you thought once, twice, then stopped. We ordered one more round without discussing it, just happened the way some things do. The waiter nodded like he understood something neither of us had said. Outside a dog was waiting on a leash. We watched it for a moment separately. You mentioned something about dogs in general, I agreed, and we kept watching. There are conversations that hold still, like they're saving themselves for something. This was one of those. I could feel it sitting in the pauses. The waiter came and cleared the plates. We ordered one more each, not really thirsty anymore, just neither of us wanting to leave. I watched the light move slowly from your shoulder to the floor, and thought if I said nothing, maybe we could stay a little more. The table next to us had turned over twice since we arrived at 3. I kept that observation to myself, filed it under. This is something. You tilted your head slightly, said you'd walked this block before, but somehow it looked different now, and I knew what you meant. The street had gone to evening gold, the kind that makes everything specific. Your face, the sign above the cafe, the crack in the pavement outside. We stood there one more minute, not saying anything necessary, then walked in the same direction for as long as we were going the same way. The cursor blinks where I left it, your name's still glowing on the screen. I typed and deleted 7 drafts, kept the one that said the least. Street lights through the curtain make a pattern on my wall. I've been counting all the minutes since you sent that that question mark at all. Maybe I should just go to sleep. Maybe morning answers itself, but the phone stays warm beside me, and I keep the volume high on nothing in particular, just something that fills the room. A song I've already heard 4 times tonight sounds different every loop. There's a song I've heard 100 times. Tonight it sounds like you somehow. The chorus hits before I'm ready. I let it play the whole way through. Coffee cold beside the laptop, blanket pulled up to my chin. It's not sadness what I'm feeling, it's that thing just before things begin. The kind of feeling that sits in the chest, not heavy, just present, like a light left on in the next room that you keep noticing. 3 a.m. and still no answer. 3 a.m. and that's okay. There's a particular kind of quiet that only comes right before day. The city does a slow thing outside. A car moves through on the wet street. I count 3 lights across the ceiling, then I stop counting. Pull the notes app open, didn't write anything, just needed somewhere to put my hands while I wasn't sleeping. The air in here is a specific temperature, the kind that only happens this late. Not cold, not warm, just still, like the room is holding its breath too. I checked again, not expecting just the motion of the thing, the way you stir a drink that's already mixed, just something to do with waiting. I closed the tab, I left the window cracked an inch to let the cool in. Somewhere outside a car is fading into somewhere I can't see. The phone screen dims, the room goes softer. I pull the blanket to my jaw. Whatever this is, it's starting somewhere. 3 a.m. and that's enough for now. The question mark still sitting there, small and without pressure, just a shape that means something, depending on who left it. Fell asleep eventually, phone still face up on the sheet. Woke up to light through the curtain and a reply from you from some time while I was under. 2 words, nothing dramatic, but I read it twice before I moved. Then I got up and made the coffee. We ordered another coffee anyway, even though we'd already been sitting there for almost 2 hours. The cups were empty, the conversation wasn't outside. People kept walking past the window, some carrying shopping bags, some carrying umbrellas, even though the forecast promised sunshine. The cafe was full, but somehow quiet, the kind of quiet that comes from people being comfortable. Nobody trying too hard, nobody pretending to be busy. We ordered another coffee anyway, not because we needed it, not because we were tired, just because neither of us felt ready to leave. The barista smiled like they'd seen this happen before. Maybe they had. A couple shared a slice of cake near the entrance. Someone worked on a laptop without typing for 20 minutes. A man in a baseball cap, read the same page twice, distracted by the sunlight moving across the floor slowly, like the afternoon had nowhere else to be. We ordered another coffee anyway and watched the city through the glass. People arriving, people leaving, people meeting, people saying goodbye. The ordinary rhythm of an ordinary day. Sometimes those are the best kinds. I used to think good memories need a big moment, a trip, a celebration, a major life change. Now I think differently. Sometimes a good memory is just a warm chair, a familiar song, a second cup of coffee, and enough time to enjoy all three. The cafe grew brighter as the sun moved west. Conversations changed tables, orders changed hands. The day kept moving, but somehow we stayed in the same little bubble, protected from schedules, deadlines, notifications, and everything waiting outside. We ordered another coffee anyway, and honestly, I'd do it again tomorrow, because some afternoons deserve to last longer than they probably should. The cups eventually emptied, the shadows grew longer, the crowd slowly disappeared, and we finally stood up. But leaving felt different than arriving, lighter somehow, like we'd borrowed a little extra happiness from the afternoon and taken it with us on the way home. Somebody left flowers on the bus, 3 yellow tulips wrapped in brown paper, resting quietly on an empty seat. Nobody knew whose they were. At least nobody said anything. The driver glanced in the mirror. Passengers looked briefly, then returned to their own thoughts. But somehow the flowers changed the atmosphere a little. The woman beside me smiled. A student took out one earbud. An old man kept looking over every few minutes, as if expecting somebody to come back for them. Somebody left flowers on the bus, and suddenly the morning felt different, like kindness had accidentally missed its stop and stayed with us instead. Outside, the city moved as usual. Traffic, crosswalks, coffee shops, construction sounds, the endless rhythm of another weekday. But inside, 3 yellow tulips managed to become the most important thing in the room. A little girl boarded with her mother. She spotted them immediately. Of course she did. Children always notice things that adults stop seeing. She pointed, smiled, and waved to flowers like they were passengers too. Somebody left flowers on the bus, and nobody seemed bothered. Maybe we all needed something beautiful for no reason at all. The flowers stayed for 6 more stops. Then finally a woman rushed forward, eyes wide, relieved, laughing at herself. "There you are," she said, picking them up gently as though she had found something precious. The doors opened, she stepped off, and somehow the bus felt emptier than before. Somebody left flowers on the bus, only for a little while, but long enough. that ordinary mornings can surprise you.